достану нахуй. Так, ладно, поехали. Так, куда мы едем в итоге? Налево. Check tire pressure. Подожди. А что с тайром? Сейчас. Я в шоке. На каждого нормального человека в чате где-то 5 хейтеров. Офигеть. Просто офигеть. И только что забанил сколько. Сколько людей забанил. Ну сейчас я проверю еще раз. Джавари, hello. Да, вроде нормально. Что он мне пишет? Давление проверить, вроде нормально. Холли, Войд, hello. Роберто, привет. Да, Роберто. Поехали. Похолодало чуть-чуть. Машина говорит, давление проверь. Откуда я знаю, Юлия? Это ж российский сайт. Ух. Клининг, привет, доставка. Ты спросила, Юлия, насчет денег, типа, дадут мне или нет, это российский сайт. Вот еще один спамер какой-то. Да какая разница, Юля? Ну, по-любому одобрят, когда без разницы, я уже подал. Так, тут очень долго, ну, эти все TPS, это может и на полгода, и на год растянуться. Очень долго это все происходит. Ну, хотя, вроде обещали, типа, быстро. Но я не парюсь, потому что это американский сайт, не российский, тут по-любому должно быть нормально. Вот за российский тут, конечно, обидно, блядь, не знаю. Ильгиз, тебя блокируем. Что, есть вариант проехать или нет? Какая хуйня вообще с заказами, что-то ебать. Так, ну давай посмотрим. Драфтеры. А ну я сейчас снова достану. Наверное. Неудобно. Посмотрю эти драфтерские позиции. Драфтерские позиции. Роберто, ну вот у меня уже 100 раз был на стриме. Ничего нового. Да, Роберто. Хотел приобрести Asus себе. Недавно он не запустился. Что я не могу сказать. Предыдущий у меня был Asus охуенная. Сейчас непонятно, что они делают. Роберто, ну не знаю, если ноут за 4000 баксов юзанный, то это жестко. Если они такие продают юзанные. Я в итоге его вернул просто и забил хер. Это была доставка, Роберто, с официального сайта Asus. В магазинах такие ноутбуки не стоят. Так, а что тут надо уметь? Trade School, что такое Trade School? Да заебали, нахуй мне это спрашивать. Драфтер. Угу, Алекс. Минусовыми капиталами руковожу. землемерного опыта. Не знаю, что это такое. Continue, блядь. Experience drafting. No. Охуенно. Алекс, ты, по-моему, это не в первый раз спрашиваешь, да? Бай-бай, Алекс. Привет, Вадим. А, бля. Спалился. Ну, ладно, ничего не ставить. Чё? Что это Стаффорд? Это вообще хуй знает где. Ой-ой-ой, это еще в пизде какой-то. О, entry. А, я что же туда подавался, да? Ну похуй, подавай, где? Я уже подал на эту хуйню. Continue plan. Continue. А не, отмена. Apply anyway. Continue plan. Что это за программа?
Hi, my name
КамАЗ, привет, а что?
is Haley. I am an architectural technician and I'm based out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We do a range of things from project visits and field measuring to drafting, modeling in 3D and 2D, creating hand sketches. Drafting is dimensioning plans, it's drawing plans in 2D. We do building elevation, so seeing the whole building flat from the front. We do floor plans. We also draw in like door schedules, where the doors go, what the sizes are. AutoCAD is, well, it is now a 2D and 3D software because you can use AutoCAD in 3D, but basically you can draw plans with different line types, different line weights. We do dash lines, solid lines, and in different colors so that when they print out in black and white, the lines look different and make more sense to a contractor for what they need to do.
My name is Tony Visco. I'm an architect that's based in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. An architect is a creator. We take appliance ideas and put it into real buildings, real structures. And we want to make those buildings comfortable, exciting, creative, if possible. And that's really the fun part of the architecture element. The initial client contact is someone who calls me and may be a little confused, they're not sure what to ask. So we try to get a program of what needs to be designed in and outside the building. And as we develop the design, we're looking for approval from the owner. And once he approves that, then we begin to do the actual contract documents or the working drawings, the drawings that the contractor is going to be able to build the building from. The general contractor then will take those drawings to be able to build the project. So throughout the entire process, there's a relationship of the contractor, the owner, and the architect. And the goal.
Так, давайте КамАЗа надо прибанить. Какой-то странный индивид.
Goal is to have this project complete, successful, everybody's happy, and everybody walks away, and the owner moves into their new space, and hopefully everything works without a hitch.
Написано, потолок для кат-драфтера это 64 тысячи в год.
Architecture is very important. Humans spend 87%
По зарплате я таки понял, что very important, блядь.
of their lives in buildings. So as an architect, we want to make these buildings enjoyable for other people and ourselves, and just make the world a happier, brighter, more beautiful place.
This career in architecture is something that I always wanted to do as a young boy. So really my dreams were fulfilled. And for the most part, it's very enjoyable and very satisfying knowing what we're creating. We are creating structures that may stand the test of time for years, long after I have departed this earth.
Okay, good morning. We have Jerica here. She will be speaking on what it's like to be AutoCAD or a draftsman. We have started recording the sessions. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to IM them in the chat box and she will address them at that time. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Okay, so yes, my name is Jerica.
Так, кавказский. Тебя прибаню.
Del Garza, and I actually grew up in the Golden Crescent area. So I'm originally lived in Fort Lavaca, but I now live in Dallas. Been here for a few years now, and yeah, so I just want to talk to you guys just a little bit about what I do. So I work for Perk Engineering currently, which is out of Fort Worth right now. Our office is near the TCU area right there, if you're familiar with Fort Worth. And I am a designer there for Perk Engineering. I've been there for about 5 years now. I've been doing CAD or design work for almost, let's say, close to, or I've been in the industry for close to 20 years. I am in the oil and gas business and have been in the oil and gas business for quite some time, like I said. So I just want to talk a little bit of how I got started in this field. So I actually took 3 years of drafting inside of high school, and I'm not sure that that's something that they continue to offer, but it was a program inside of our local high school that allowed us to take 3 years, and that included some manual drafting and very hands-on, and also some AutoCAD classes as well. So I started there in high school. From there, I just loved the technical aspect of it, the mechanical side of it, and the fact that you could do so many things with it. And so that's why I kind of pursued that field and went to college for this. So I got my Associates of Applied Science from Victoria College. There they had the drafting program as well. Again, I'm not sure if that's something that they still offer there or not. I know back then it was there was a whole lot of people in our class. So that was something that I just continued to do even outside of high school, and went into college and had a degree. Once I got my degree, I then moved to Houston, Texas, and started my oil and gas, went to an oil and gas company there, and started from the bottom. And I was doing just some clerical work, and I started slowly getting into being like GIS support, which I would go in and just, if anybody needed any help or needed some text updates or anything like that, I would go into AutoCAD and just kind of help them and support them in that way. So I started at the very bottom, and I worked my way up inside of the company, and I became a designer one, and then now I'm what you would call a senior designer now. So there was definitely, it took some time to get to where I'm at today. It wasn't a very quick process, but inside of that was just learning new things. So I was through AutoCAD, I learned several other programs. So there's several programs out there for you to learn. There's CADWorks, which I do a lot of work with. It's a 3D modeling program that works alongside AutoCAD, so it's a part of AutoCAD. There's also a Navisworks program that goes along with it too, which is kind of just a really cool 3D. If you don't know what's all out there as far as 3D modeling goes, these are some great programs that you can kind of just look into and see what's out there, watch videos. But they're allow you to see things in 3D. And a lot of our clients really, really like to see what it is that you're doing. And I'll give you a little bit of example of what that looks like here in a bit. But what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I, again, work for an engineering group. We're on the engineering side of it. And I work with a bunch of project managers, electrical engineers, civil engineers, piping engineers, mechanical engineers, and we come up with drawing packages for our clients. So we have clients that come to us, they want us to draw launcher or receiver sites or meter sites, whatever it is that they are wanting to build out there right now. And they take that and they bring us the design and ask us to come up with something. And so we have to sit there and I'll model it up, draw it up, and then have that sent to the client. They review it, and then they'll come back with any just questions or changes or anything like that. So I'm constantly making several types of packages. There's packages for review, there's packages for bid and construction and all of that. So there's a whole process of, and then there's several clients in the midst of this as well. So you don't always have one client, you'll have a few clients coming in and having to create different sites for each client. And the
Максим, да, слушаю. Рассказывает про работу драфтера.
midst of that.
Чертежника, короче, по-простому.
Right. So it takes a lot of, what's the word, just to be very flexible in that time, because you're not working with one person or one client, but you're having to take on a whole lot at once. So you just have to be flexible it can be, you know, it could be a little bit overwhelming if you allowed it to, but it's like, it's a very fast-paced environment and just the need to be very flexible. And I love that. That's a part of my job that I really do enjoy. I enjoy the fast pace, that it's different every day, that it's not the same. And I also love that you have the ability to be creative, because these clients are coming to you and all they have is an idea, and then you go in and then you make that idea real, you know. So there's a level of creativity inside of that. There's a level of just being able to, you know, like I said, just to be able to design those things and have, you know, and have fun in the midst of that, that you're able to do these things from nothing. So you create something from nothing, and then you're able to hand over this drawing package to a client that they just envisioned it for you. So that's a part of the job that I really just enjoy, and working with others and just being a part of a team. Really, you know, we're all different, and so it really does allow you to be able to just communicate and talk with people inside of your group that, you know, is great to be around. So then, let's see, what I actually do too, it requires, of course, for you to be able to read. You have to be able to read drawings. You have to be able to, you know, you read what you're putting on each drawing. There's like BOM information, which BOM stands for bill of materials. So you have to know all the materials that you're placing inside of, you know, your launcher or your receiver sites or meter sites, whatever it is. And then it's going to take some math. You're going to have to figure out some angles. You're going to have to see how long, you know, the site needs to be. If they're giving you a 50 by 50 site, you have to be able to fit everything in a 50 by 50 site. So it's going to take some math for sure. And then just being able to, you know, read and understand what you're looking at as well. And then let's see, any additional training that I had, I was able to do within the company that I work for that time. And so if there's anything, and there's a lot out there, so you can always enhance your skills. You don't always have to be doing, you know, the same thing. You could be, you know, move up into other departments or anything like that. So it really just depends on the company that you work for that provides training. And I mean, that's highly encouraged, because we want to continue to just learn and evolve and change throughout, and learning new things is great. And there's so much out there. So every year something new comes out as far as our program and stuff. So it's good to be able to have that. And then for as far as right now, as far as COVID and everything that's
Обзор, привет, это куда ехать?
been going on with COVID. So as you can see, I'm not in my office today, but, and I've been actually working from home, which is another nice thing, is like everything is you're able to do just from home. You know, you need your internet, you need your program loaded on your laptop or computer, and then you need a couple of monitors. So it doesn't
Блин, прикольно, это типа можно даже из хаты работать на этой,
take a whole
профессии.
lot to be able to do what I do, you know. But
Не, конечно не еду, это ж пиздец, хуй знает где Флорида.
you do have that ability to work from home.
Подожди, а обзорвер говорит вообще Вашингтон.
Which has been quite nice. So I've been home for 2 months now, just working. The work has not slowed down at all. So COVID hasn't had too much of an impact currently right now, even though the oil and gas business has been hit. We're not seeing anything from that right now. And then we're having to, I know when the office is open, that they're going to have us require us to wear masks and, you know, that type of thing for safety, you know, obviously. And we want to be very, you know, just aware of that for our coworkers and stuff. So that's been, and you know, a little bit of changes. It's taken some adjustments to be able to work from home. a little bit, but I do enjoy it, and it's been great to have that as well. Okay, so we have, I don't know if I want to answer this question now, if that's okay, but there's a couple of questions. So one of the questions is, have you had any bad experience working with clients? So the great thing also about my job is when dealing with
Дмитрий, профессия чертежник. Типа чертежи чертить на компе.
clients, majority of the time, not all the time, but majority of the time, they're dealing with the project managers. And so
Она говорит, что даже типа, ну если ты как бы шаришь там что-то делать, то можешь даже из дому работать, типа даже на офис не надо ездить.
there's a buffer between, you know, me and the client. So I don't get a whole lot of, I don't have to have a whole lot of contact with the clients, but there definitely has been, of course, you know, with any industry, there's always going to be a client that, you know, will constantly ask for changes, or will, you know, maybe it'll take a lot more work and effort to make that client happy. And again, that's any industry, right? But for sure, it's like it's taken quite a few times where we've had, you know, that one client that just would constantly ask for changes. And then you have to be, have to be flexible in that, because they are paying you to create a product that they're happy with. And so even in the midst of that, it's like you just give what the client wants. So that's something that is a good part as well, is that I don't have to be in constant contact with the client. That's what the project manager will sit there and go through with them. So it says, one more question. It says, do you feel that work will pick up more after COVID, even though it has not slowed at this point? Yeah, so, you know, oil and gas business is, you know, always, it has its moments where it's just down and then it just comes right back up. And we're already starting to see that. The thing with that is it's all up to the client. So it's dependent on whether the client wants to spend money right now and whether they have the money, because, you know, a lot of companies are losing money. And so I feel that by the end of this year, we'll begin to see more and more projects. And then for us, we are a smaller company, so that's probably why we haven't seen so many changes for our group right now, because we are smaller. But I know like the much bigger companies inside of like Houston and stuff are starting to slowly lose work and lose projects and jobs. And so we've been thankful that we haven't had to have that at all. Okay. And let's see. Oh, one more question. Is your industry still male dominated? If so, how do you feel you are accepted as a female? Definitely, for sure. So my industry, I've always been probably one of two women inside of my office. And never been discouraged really by that at all. I feel that I bring something to the table, like I offer something to the table, and I hold my own when it comes.
Дмитрий, ну вот вчера Моника заходила, говорила, что туда берут, типа, вообще без каких-либо умений, типа, учат сами. Не знаю, ну вот я смотрю про это.
To just ideas and thoughts, and people listen. You know, people do listen to me, even though I'm a woman. I do have, you know, unique situations because I'm a mom. Sometimes I have to, you know, go watch my child do a play at school or something. And so those little things of being mom, they know that that's important to me because I've made it very clear to them and my boss, and they fully support me. Like they don't, you know, look down upon me and all of that. So I know in the past that's been something that I used to stress about, you know, just being the only woman in the office and stuff. But being in the industry for so long, it's just, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my work or anything like that. I enjoy, you know, having a group of, they're friends really, at this point. We've worked together for so long. Some of them we've worked together for 15 years. And so, yeah, I think it can be a little bit tricky being the only two girls in the office, but only if you can adapt quickly or adjust quickly. It's something I just really don't even notice anymore because it's just second nature. But it definitely is. Yeah, that's a good question. It definitely is a male-dominated industry, but I don't want girls or women to think that they cannot, be a part of this industry
Не
because
успел,
it's
сука,
just
заказ был какой-то, $30, не успел подняться.
dominant, because it's not the case at all. And I want to show you guys, if I can share my screen with you guys quickly, just an example of a job that I'm currently working on for a client.
А ну-ка покажи нам,
see if
что
I
там за
can-
работа такая.
Share. Here we go. And I
Везде,
just want to show you like the
везде
capability
шляпа,
of
вот
what you can
обзоры.
do. And I hope you guys are seeing this because I'm not sure. And if you're not, just type it in the chat and there it is. Okay.
Короче, это автокатывание.
So this is just like I mentioned earlier, a launcher and receiver site that I'm currently working on for a client. And this is kind of what you're going to be. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry. So as you can see, you're going to be working with a lot of survey files, and it just shows you a bunch of just boundary lines of where it's at on the map. You'll be dealing with Google Earth as well, so you can see it in real world and all these things. So there's a lot of things that you're going to associate inside of these quote unquote projects or jobs. And again, this one is in CADWorks. So if you want to look up the program, it's called CADWorks Plan,
называется.
and it's a 3D program. And as you can see, this is what I'm currently just drawing up, and it's all in 3D, other than the flat boundary lines and stuff like that you're seeing. You'll see a fence line. This is the site. You'll have your gates. This is your center line of your pipeline. You're going to have some civil work on there. So you'll see some supports in here. And so these are things that you probably normally wouldn't pay attention to if you're driving by it. But hopefully this will get you to kind of see like, oh, hey, I see these around town, and notice that that's what these are. This is what you will draw up. And there's different views that you can show. This is a conceptual view. So it's not everything's hollow, but you can see everything's solid. And so these are the drawings that I'm creating for clients as I'm giving them drawing package. So this is just an isometric view that I have currently shown, but there's several in there.
Это не горошек, это звездочки. Это звездочки.
I'm creating a full drawing package, and a drawing package could vary. It could be from anywhere from 15 pages to 50 pages. It's just dependent on how much they want to show and how much they have on that current site and how much they're building. And there's so much to take into consideration. And you're building not only a piping mechanical package, but you're also doing the civil part of it as well. So that's just to give you a little bit of insight of kind of how cool is that you're able to create something so unique for your client. Okay, perfect. Yes, you should say you can see it. Yeah, I think that being able to visually see that really opens up just, again, your thoughts and how you can create these things. And it's so fun to be able to see the full package and the final package. And that's what you give your client, because your client gets excited too at the end of the day, just to be like, oh, this is exactly what I envisioned. Or, they'll come back with some changes, which is fine. But all of this started, like I said, 20 years ago, and getting in the industry. And again, I worked my way up. And inside of that, there's so much you can do. So this is just a part of what AutoCAD can do. There's so many other, you can do architectural, you could do commercial. So there's so much more that you can do with this as well. I pursued This just avenue of, like I said, the oil and gas industry, that you can go into several different industries. It does not have to be this specific one. Like you can, like I said, if you're more drawn to architecture, then do architecture, because
Дмитрий, а зачем что тонировать?
you can do so much with that. You could do floor plans, you could do elevations and all these things to show a house. And that's exciting. Or you could do commercial, you know, that there's a lot of things inside of commercial that you can do.
Потому что это абсолют beginners видео. Cut drafter.
Hi there, welcome to this tutorial. If you are an absolute SolidWorks beginner, then you came to the right place. We are going to cover everything you need to be able to work with the software from the moment you open SolidWorks up to creating a 3D part, assembling that part in this. You can always now fulfill the 2017 version, but the instructions in this video are valid for almost any version you use.
Ну, так все, я уже ничего не клею. Фиг знает. Я заднее заклеил, в принципе, нормально.
Let's go here and start a new document. Now, in this pop-up window, you'll have 3 sections. This one over here is to create a single 3D part. This one is to visually assemble the parts you created in the first section. And this one is to create an engineering 2D drawing of your model, either from a part or from the assembly section. Let's go to the part first. Double click on for you and take a these buttons. Manager, configure, ignore the rest. Surfaces, sheet metal, and evaluate. I want you to ignore all of them but features and sketch. That's all. Now let's see what each of these have to offer. We are looking at the features manager. I want you to ignore whatever is inside here except these 3. Front plane, top plane, creating a part yet. So let's get to it. In order to create a 3D part, you will first need to make a 2D sketch. And in order to create a 2D sketch, you will need a plane. First things first, select a plane by clicking on one of these 3. Now we go to the sketch tab and activate the sketch mode here. Once you do that, you see these buttons, rebuild and close. Rebuild saves your sketch and exits the sketch mode, and close. Well, exits it without saving anything. Over here, we have different tools to draw our sketch with. And here, we have other useful sketching tools. Let's draw the property manager.
Ну,
The
показываешь.
center of the sit in orange. Means that my point, because the origin is drawn. Keep that in mind. That escape exits tab. Circle is now in blue. Each sketch color has its own meaning. Blue means the sketch is underdefined. You can also check it here. Underdefined means that the sketch is not unique and can be dragged around. This is a very unstable situation that you should be preventing by always making your sketch fully defined. There are different ways to do so. One way would be to click on your sketch and click on Fix, and then it turns into black. But do not do that. Let me go a step back by holding Control and pressing the Z. The right way to fully define your sketch is to assign right dimensions and relations to it. To assign a dimension, you need to use the Smart Dimension. Smart Dimension can assign any type of dimension, i.e. an angle, radius, distance, arc length, and it's the mouse key. I will see the dimension in different positions. So I will just click above my circle and add it there. Now I can just enter any value I want. Don't worry about changing your dimensions if you are in the States. To know how to change your dimensions, go to the link number 3 in the description below. Circle didn't show the very first sketch that you set a dimension on, and the one's its diameter to 10. Well, I don't want the second circle anymore. I want to select it and delete it. I can select it either by clicking on it, or I can draw a box to select multiple entities at once. Pay attention here. A part of the first, then all of them get highlighted. Now I am going to delete the second circle by clicking on it and pressing delete on the keyboard. To exit the drawing, I have to re-roll. Time to go to the Features tab, which offers you the tools to create a 3D body of your, probably one of the most used features in SolidWorks. This feature in general uses your sketch as a profile and extrudes a volume out of it. You can select the amount of extrusion over here. I cannot emphasize on this more, but make sure to check the link number 4 to learn everything you can do with this capable feature. So let's click OK. This is now a part or a body. Now that we have a body, I can tell you how I can move or rotate my part. Use your mouse wheel to zoom in or zoom out. Turning it upwards zooms back, which to many people is counterintuitive. I don't even think about it anymore. If I press and hold the mouse wheel while moving my mouse around, I can rotate my part. Now if I hold the control first, then press the mouse wheel, I can drag my part. Pressing the arrow key on the keyboard will rotate my part 15 degrees in different directions. If I hold shift, then press the arrow keys, then it will rotate 90 degrees. When I press the space bar, it can find or delete menu will F left with this or the space bar and move my mouse. These are quick snapping points, which help you to add a relation between your entity and other entities. If you haven't figured that out by now, an entity circle is divided first year and its combo. Select. Now guys, whenever you want to draw a sketch and you forget to select them and extrude it for 30 millimeters, click OK. Now we have a semisphere. Now guys, whenever you want to draw a sketch and you forget to select a plane first, you can open this combo and select it from here. But when your part does have a flat surface, it can also function as a plane and you can draw a sketch on it. Like this. Select this flat surface and choose Sketch, not Edit Sketch from this pop-up menu. Let's draw 2 rectangles. This time, I am going to assign dimensions to only one of them. The length is 5 and the height is 2. The other one is going to share these dimensions. How? By adding some sketch relations to it. Let's select this side. Hold the control key down and select this one and this one. Now I can add a relation to them from here. I can make them equal in length. So I don't need to set a separate dimension to this one. Also, I repeat it for this side. Hold the control key down and select the second one and let go of the control key and the mouse key. It is not over yet. I will make these two collinear. If I would like to delete an already existing relation from an entity, I click on it and find that relation here. Click on it and press delete on the keyboard. I just pressed Ctrl Z to go back. The 2 bottom corners of the first rectangle are sitting on the circumference of the circle if I add the right relation to them. Remember, every time I select 2 or more entities at the same time, I'm holding the control key down, okay? This rectangle is fully defined and black. This one is not fully defined, and some entities are blue. It means they can be changed. The last point is to assign one dimension to set the distance between the 2, and it is going to be, say, 1 millimeter. Now they are both fully defined. Before I continue, I want to quickly refer back to the start of this video when I talked about over-defining your sketch. I'm going to make an example and then get back on track. Is that all right? I will click on this side and remove its horizontal relation by pressing delete on the 2 outer edges, draw a horizontal single closed, and now we have this. Find my path sketch. Stop here for the first section. Technique that I am about to share with you. There are always more than one way.
Ух. Ну, короче, не знаю, я там закинул чисто, блядь, 2 заявки или сколько на этот драфтер. Посмотрим, что-то. Я не верю в эти все онлайн-сайты, типа, это нужно звонить чисто по телефону куда-то. Узнавать. Эти все онлайн-заявки, это все хуйня. Привет, Дариус. Ой, я уже заебался, эта ебаная доставка. Дмитрий, какой чулок? У меня, ну, я все окна всегда закрываю. У меня все есть, чтобы закрыть окна. Ой, в горах живу. Как джигит. Лариса, привет. Да, я не знаю, я вырубил, короче, что-то. Уже осточертела вся эта хуйня. Что хуйня какая-то, блин. Просто канал, привет. Да нет, Дмитрий, я на заправку еду просто. Не знаю, что-то, блядь, вообще какая-то хуйня, ничего не выходит. Ой. Едь, блядь, хули ты... Долбоёб, хули ты тормозишь-то, блядь? Сука. Ебать, дурак какой-то, пиздец. Единственная полоса была свободная, загорается зеленый, штрих перестраивается передо мной, начинает тормозить. Сука, зеленый, наоборот, тапку ж надо давать. Этот дебил тормозить начинает. Ебать. Вот я не понимаю этих дурачков. Как они так ездят.
Все идет по плану.
Я просто уже заебался слушать, на кого я похож, меня уже просто заебал. Кого я только не похож каждый день по несколько раз. Говорите, что типа стрим вести это типа не полезно за рулем. А я вижу машины, которые в мертвой зоне. Через стрим вижу. В слепой зоне. грамотность. Россиянин, что ли? Вот. Что с ошибками пишешь? Ника, привет. Это ты из Николаева? Нико. С Польши. Ну ты не поляк, Нико. На парковку еду. Fall in love with home написано. Влюбись в дом. Офигенная идея. Welding supplies. Supplies это приборы. Вот вчера я выучил. Сварочные какие-то приспособления. На заправку еду. Заход солнца. Это у вас темно, а у нас еще нет. Ну, скоро будет. 5:40 вечера. from Ukraine, but now I'm in Houston, Texas.